Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. I don't know if Epic Thread is gonna beat Fish Cake. It's gonna be close.
I don't remember who Epic Threads played before. I don't remember his games.
He played some guy.
Alright.
I don't remember. It was a TBT. That's probably why I don't remember.
Yeah, it was boring. I think I casted that game.
Yeah, maybe. Probably, since whatever wasn't casted by me was casted by you. Wrong one, so.
Does that make sense?
Just by process of elimination, I determined that. It's a little skill I have. But I think Fishcake's gonna have a really hard time because he doesn't play this game apparently.
Well, who does? Yeah.
Epic Thread. He has like 300 games played this season.
Oh Jesus. I have 0. How sad.
Yeah, Epic Thread's gonna be a lot more prepared for this match.
Oh, he played Elegans, I guess. And won.
Yeah.
Elegans isn't bad, or at least he wasn't bad in Wings of Liberty. And then taking out his... That's a good win. I don't know if...
Epic Thread is 3rd in his Diamond Division.
It's
pretty good. I haven't played in a little bit, so I'm accumulating bonus fall. But, I don't know, I haven't felt very confident lately, so I didn't want to allow it. People have been giving me a hard time. Cause I'm trying out new builds. Because there's that period, it's like if you try a new build, you're going to be losing games, trying to perfect it.
Mhm. Yeah, I kind of need to reach out to Dr. Device. I haven't arranged a time yet.
You're playing Doctor Device?
Yeah.
You're on the team we're playing?
Yes.
Ah. Yeah, Doctor Device is pretty good.
Yeah, but I can beat him, no problem.
Alright. I did a practice series with him and I went 4-9. So good luck.
No problem. Easy win. Alright, time to get some stuff.
Damn, I'm watching a stream and these two Archons just killed like 400 Phoenix. Archon's good unit.
They are.
Should probably bring up the matchup so I actually know what's going on.
Yeah, so I'll have to, do you know, like, all the walkovers in this? Do you know what happened?
The walkovers?
Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll have
No,
to...
I don't know what happened. I don't...
Alright,
Spoilers.
I'll get it started, because quite a bit of not showing up happened here, so... it's about time to start. Guess we'll give it a little bit more.
I'm trying to find the matches for this. There we go. No, this is the matchups. I wish people would update the first two posts of the thread instead of making me look through all these posts. Is this still week 2?
Yeah.
Wow, we're behind. Well, I guess not.
Alright, read the Skype chat.
Good chat.
Alright, let's get this started. Here I'm joined with Dipwood. We're going to be casting the Ripsies Team League Week 2 match between Winkies, Stinkies, and INTJ Masterminds. Now, before we start this off, unfortunately for this match there were quite a few walkovers. A lot of people didn't show. So, right now we're going to just say who those walkovers were and award the correct team their points. So for Winkies Stinkies, both Wabachaw and Brad did not show up for their games, so and Chalk will both get walkovers, and Murda for INTJ Masterminds didn't show, so Winkies Stinkies will get that match. So currently going into the first match, without even having a game played, INTJ Masterminds is ahead, 2-1. Um, oh, I loaded up the wrong game, so it'll be just a minute, and I'll load up.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
still trying to find the matchup.
Yeah. But our first match will be between Panzer and Winks. So Panzer playing for Team INTJ Masterminds and Winks, the Winks in Winkies, Stinkies. So
Well
going into this, I mean, it's already 2-1, so that's really disappointing for Winkies, Stinkies. And spawning in the top left for Winkies, Stinkies, it is Winks.
So, yeah, did you do the other one? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what happened here that put a master against the gold.
Well, Panzer isn't really gold. He was
GM.
No. I think, well, Panzer is gold in HOTS because he pretty much hasn't played. Like Wink said, he was Masters in Wings of Liberty. So while Panzer hasn't played a lot, he was good at one time. I think he is still considered Masters and above.
Well, has he been playing custom games at least?
I have no idea. That's a good question. I don't think I've seen him on, like, ever. That's why he had to...
Oh, right, Panzer, that's the guy who was trying to organize this, but he couldn't.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a lot of time. Jimmy with a Ripsies, Rip Children of the Court. I heartily approve, Jimmy.
Well, I'm sure he has some sick wall strats that'll catch Winks off guard.
So Panzer is pretty much really cheesy. He's a cheesy Protoss. I kind of forgot about that. I played him the first week, and you casted that game, and I got cheesed, and it was disappointing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something, I don't know, DTs or something out of Panzer. Something a little fun.
The question is he aware of this map? This map is pretty good for defending your third. If it gets to a third this game. Which I'm somewhat doubtful, but, you know, who knows.
I don't know. I don't know if Panzer really takes thirds. I don't know how often he takes naturals, so we'll have to see what comes out of this.
He's getting a second gas at a reasonable time, like a non-cheesy time. So I'm still not sure what kind of cheese he'll go for if he's getting gas this late. Maybe some sort of 2-base cheese, that would also work. A 2-base all-in.
Yeah, that's true. He could go for some type of big zealot or big Colossus timing or something. But,
Colossus timing, Void Race. There's one build I like that where you make a proxy Stargate and you make like 3 oracles and a Void Ray, and then you just push in and you win. With like other stuff as well, but the oracles like pulsar beam down the bunker. It's pretty sick.
yeah, Protoss air units are pretty overpowered.
Looks like Panzer finally found his opponent, and so did Winks. So now they know what's going on.
Yeah, so Winks is getting down his expand. Pretty reasonable time. He didn't rush for it. He did get a. He's getting gas, get factory, and a reactored racks before.
He got an early gas, and he's used it just to get a reactor, so he's gonna have a lot of Marines. He must be expecting some sort of cheese due to getting so many Marines, probably Oracle.
Panzer is getting his robo facility very, very early before. Oh, it looks like a 4-gate robo coming out of Panzer.
Yeah, he's not expanding.
Looks like some serious
Sentry,
aggression.
Immortal all-in, I guess. One base.
It could be a warp prism. Get a sentry, maybe force field the ramp. Because I mean, with an Immortal, there's a big walk distance. He's got to go all the way across the map, and that's really
Oh, an
annoying.
armory going down by Winks. We're gonna see some Hellbat drops.
Ooh. I am enjoying this. Some Hellbat drops versus a 4-gate... Oh, 5 gates. My goodness.
It's gonna depend on what Panzer uses for his combat units. Will be Zealots or Stalkers. Because if it's Zealots, those Hellbats are gonna clean them up. Imagine if Hellbats could go inside bunkers. Wouldn't that be sick?
So there is a Warp Prism coming out. About to load in a couple of sentries. Oh,
Proxy Pound going down. But Panzer here. He's getting ready. Oh, that Stalker has to make sure not to... Well...
Well, Rip Stalker.
Rip Stalker. The last Warp Gate being formed. This Robo... It has a Warp Prism filled with sentries.
Whoa.
So we're likely going to see that force field on the ramp that you mentioned, and then warping in lots of units. But there is a Widow Mine. It already... Can Widow Mine one-shot a Warp Prism? No.
I don't think so, no. But Panzer doesn't have any...
Oh god, it's gonna go right over it. Oh god, no! No! Oh, phew.
Oh, just 4 HP left on the Warp Prism. My goodness, just barely saving
4
that.
Stalkers get warped in. Winks is caught off guard. There's 2 Hellbats, but they don't do anything in Stalkers. Oh god, but that Widow Mine's gonna finish off the Warp Prism once the cooldown goes down, and he's gonna... Panzer's gonna be unable to finish this.
Oh, but he's pulling SCVs, so if he can trap all these sentries and these Stalkers and get this Hellbat to do a ton of damage.
It didn't get the Warp Prism, it got a Stalker. The attack continues. There's a medevac healing all these units, and the splash actually took out all the sentries at once. This actually is not going to work.
Yeah, I think Winks is probably going to be able to clean this up.
Yeah, with the 2 medevacs now, the healing is insane.
And a Reaper, just for good measure.
I can barely even see it under that medevac. And another shot off that Widow Mine, 4 kills. That Widow Mine is the MVP.
Yeah, so with this being cleaned up, Winks has his expansion. He's got, he is behind in workers, but at the moment he's got all the tech, all these units, these medevacs. I think Winks is in a tremendous position.
And they're doing a little more aggression here, but only kills 1 SCV and losing 2 Stalkers for it. Now it's a 23. Actually, Winks lost a lot of SCVs there. But
he does have his expansion down and mules, so he should be able to catch up really quickly.
Yeah, and if Panzer was to get an expansion, it would take so long to get up and running that Winks could even just get a 3rd, if that was to happen. So Panzer's getting a Twilight Council for reasons unknown. I guess he's going to just transition into the DTGs to follow up.
Well, of course, you know, your first rush didn't work out, so maybe DTs will help. And they might. I mean, Winks doesn't have a turret anywhere. So
yeah, if he catches him during an opportunity where the scans are down, he could do a lot of damage.
He's not getting the DT shrine. Oh, there
it is. Yep. There was an expansion going down, so if we could just hide this shrine. Oh no, the Reaper's going in. Get out of there. Oh god. Maybe we'll just get distracted by these probes.
Oh, there it is.
Off. It's over. Just looking at Winkies' camera right now to see if he starts building turrets.
Well, he doesn't need to start them immediately, but...
Yeah, there's an engineering base. He must be aware of it.
Oh, did he not have an engineering bay? So...
Yeah, if he didn't scout this, he would have been in trouble. He wouldn't have been able to react in time, really.
I don't even know if he'll really get turrets up in time, though.
So, Winks actually... Oh god, I didn't even notice this drop.
Neither did I. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. So Hellbat's clean up a little probers. Actually, 13 killed? Were any killed earlier? Oh yeah, the Reapers. No.
No.
I guess all those Hellbats must have killed 13.
Yeah, Panzer is down to 20 probes. So
Yeah, they
that's
did
a
a lot
really
of damage.
big. And
Yes, the force field probably worked
these
to up
turrets aren't up yet, and these DTs are going into the main.
and Obs dies as well. Up the scan, a little 2-for-1 there. Yeah, I was about to say, if those Hellbats didn't do any damage, Panzer would have still been fine economically. He had just as many workers, but now, oh man, and full chronos on those Nexuses. Well, on one of them.
Yeah, but these DTs are still killing things, and it looks like he's gonna run right out of the scan. So
Actually, 5 kills in that DT, not bad. And another DT. All the workers were pulled off the other base.
And he's playing Ring Around the Rosie with all these units, and should be cleaned up here.
Oh, another pair of DTs attacking a bunker.
See, Panzer's really, really making those DTs work
There is
for
no
him.
turret in the main, so he has to rely on these scans. Oh, this DT has to go slightly up to get out of the range. Ah, not quite. More DTs being warped in.
So Winks took a little bit of damage from those DTs, but not the damage that Panzer needed. Oh,
Yeah.
another DTs.
But Winks is getting really distracted and not building SCVs. And not retransferring to the main. So this is a good strategy to just have like Winks flustered. He just has... He's kind of like, oh god, what's coming next? I can't afford to build workers, so I have to put all my Hellbats into these medevacs.
Yeah, I
So
expect to
safe.
see a 10 Hellbat drop. That'd be pretty sick.
I'm pretty sure these 10 Hellbats can just win. If he just auto-attacks into the Protoss base, he just wins. There's an army way big enough. Marauder Hellbat, are you kidding me? There's nothing Panzer can do about it.
Panzer doesn't really have any powerful units in his army.
He needs more Archons. Archons are a great counter to this, but he doesn't have enough. Does he even have a Mothership Core? I don't see it. He's not going to have Photon Overcharge. There's a DT, he sees everything, but can he do anything about it? I don't think so. Warping in a couple more DTs. Hopefully he's trying to do some damage, making Winks use more scans. But Winks actually doesn't have any scans. These DTs are going to do a lot of damage.
But he can lift everything into his medvacs.
Mars don't even care. And then Winks runs away.
Just go away.
Yeah, it's really annoying, like, Terrence, if you have only 2 CCs, you gotta conserve every scan. See, like, another scan, like, use a scan on 1 DT, it's so cost efficient for the Protoss.
And doesn't even kill
He
it.
loves that. He doesn't even kill it. Like, I would send DTs into a Terran base all day if they had to use a scan for each one of them. All day.
Yeah, and especially if you're scanning and not killing the DT, that just feels so bad. Just like, what am I doing?
So, Wink's actually pulling behind in the worker count. He's just not making them. That's the most important thing for a Terran. I played Terran for like a week once, just a week straight of Terran, and I found like it's so hard to keep up on workers if you fall behind, because the other races have so much faster worker production if they want.
Yeah, he is getting up a 3rd CC. So maybe just keep low on the SCV count and replace it all with mules, and eventually, you know, you'll have a super powered army.
So he's moving out again, but there is still that DT there. Finally has a kill. Another scan goes down. Ugh, brutal. Just kill a Raven at this point. Another DT moving across the map.
I
2
like
Colossus hallucinated to scare Winks into building Vikings.
I like that these Hellbats have been loaded into the medevacs for about 3 minutes now. Just eventually,
Oh, here it comes.
there
Right
it
top.
dropped right on top of the army. It's like it's killing everything.
Really powerful. Unfortunately, those Colossus weren't real, so they couldn't help the fight. Yeah, this is what I figured. It's an overwhelming force.
And Panzer gives the GG, bringing the series 2-2 tied. Winkies Stinkies versus INTJ Masterminds.
Wow, we're already to the final game?
Already to the final game, the ace match.
It feels like this cast is it's just been the flash.
I know, these games have
It's
just
too
gone
exciting.
so quickly. So our second game will be on Daybreak. It'll be GT Justin for INTJ Masterminds versus Patchouli for Winkies Stinkies.
Oh, the diamond versus diamond match, so this should be fairly equal.
And spawning in the top right for what team is it again? I'm confused. INTJ Masterminds. It is GT Justin. And spawning in the bottom left for team Winkies Stinkies, it is Patchouli.
It's okay, even Colin didn't know what teams they were on.
Yeah, thanks Colin. Just
RPZs.
RPZs. So we have a TBT, but GT Justin is actually a random player. So Patchouli doesn't, I don't think he knows what the matchup is at the moment.
That's true, but Terran openings are so typical against all the matchups. They're like the same, really. It's like get a gas, get a barracks. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, in my experience as a random player, pretty much every Terran decides to go Reapers just for that scouting versus a random player.
Yeah, they just pretend they're pulling a Protoss, I guess, until they see it. You couldn't do that as Protoss if you're fast expanding. If you're Forge fast expanding against a random, you'd have to know. Another Hudson mention. Rip. Hudson is right.
Rip Hudson. Free Hudson.
So now the Patch Zerg knows that GT Justin is a Terran and he's getting a gas.
Yeah, so both players doing the same thing, getting a gas. It'll be interesting to see if either of them decides to go Reapers or just make some Marines, make a reactor. Pretty
nothing out of Patch
stuff.
yet. He must be waiting for Reaper.
Patch doesn't have the gas.
Yeah, he's waiting. That's what I meant. He's waiting for the gas for Reaper. Yeah. Or not. He's just building 2 late Marines. That's also fine. I guess like the Reaper wouldn't have done anything. What would the Reaper scout this early?
I might kill a Marine, but whatever. But
like 1-on-1.
if there's something to scout, it would be the second gas coming out of Patchouli. That's kind of interesting. Could see
that is an early gas.
Factory, possibly Cloak Banshee play.
Or mech.
Mech. Who plays mech in TVT?
Yeah. Usually you'd see like 2 Hellions, and they could really catch someone off guard. Because Terrans don't wall off against each other. Well, except Patch, who just walled off because he didn't know what his opponent was.
Yeah, but both players getting a factory, taking it up. Well, GT Justin is getting his expand before Patchouli does.
Oh, that's gonna be big. That means Patches, whatever he's gonna do, this harass, needs to be effective, or else he's gonna be behind economically. In a mirror match, it's so important to be on equal ground economically.
But it'll be interesting to see what type of harass Patchouli decides to go for.
That was pretty good. You see that GT actually noticed that the SCV was finishing up the depot and was going to end up on the other side, so we charged his SCV and thinking that the supply depot was going to be loaded. I don't know if that was intentional, but it looked pretty pro.
But does look like we're getting some. Oh, a scan sees all of what Patchouli is doing, so GT Justin knows something's up, something's coming.
Yep. 2 Hellions.
Yeah, reactor
and
factory.
More. So it's going to be a 4 Hellion drop. But GT Justin is aware of it now.
Yeah, so
and he has his own Hellions, actually. He's going to push out.
Looks like he's also getting a Widow Mine for defense.
Can Widow Mine one-shot a Hellion? Yeah. It's only 90.
Yeah. But that means that if GT Justin can, defend this well, see it coming in, then take no damage, he should be able to take a pretty good lead going forward.
It looks like we are seeing mech. Hellion drop into mech. That's pretty common. I don't know how. Actually, I don't know how common it is, but I've seen it a lot in TBT.
And GT Justin is also getting a Viking, so this medevac shouldn't be able to survive after dropping all these Hellions, along with this mine in the main.
Yeah, the problem is GT Justin has his base up and running, while Patches hasn't even started to CC yet. This is almost gonna end up being like a one base all in or a really late expo. Oh god, the Widow Mine. It's gonna do a lot of damage.
Oh!
Oh.
Tries to boost away, but doesn't get it. The medevac left with 25 HP.
Honestly, I would have just dropped the Hellions anyway. You have to do some damage when you're just behind it canonically.
Yeah, I think he sees that, or he thinks that with that mine there, with the scan, he knows that GT Justin was prepared. So would rather save the medevac and the Hellions and try to...
The only reason he could have to save them would be if he's going for an all-in now.
Well, I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Looks like a 1-1-1 type of all-in, making a Banshee, getting tanks and Marines. Looks like he's going to follow this up with a big push, big Marine tank push.
And probably going for one more tank and a Banshee, and he's going to have enough. And this is... At this point, looking at GT Justin's base, it's going to win. He needs to have some defenses up. He needs to see that it's coming, somehow.
He's got one tank out. He pretty much needs to protect that against all of this stuff. Luckily, I don't think this Banshee is going to be very helpful because GT Justin has 2 Vikings out. I don't really see how the Banshee is really going to do a lot of damage.
Oh god, the Vikings, oh god. This medevac's going to die before he even gets there, and the Raven gets
the Raven as well. That's really painful for Patch.
Do point defense drones stop Viking hits?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, that probably would have been a better choice. Did the thing die? Raven?
The Raven died,
yeah.
But the medevac and the Banshee are still up.
That's really bad. He needed the point defense drone to deal with all these Marines. Or did they stop Marines?
Yeah, right now, GT Justin, as long as he can defend his tanks, I think...
Oh god. All the Marines get slaughtered. No more Marines left for GT Justin, except for those in the bunker. But he can't move up into this narrow ramp. The 2 tanks are just sitting there waiting for it. One of them's in range. Oh, he's actually in range in the bunker.
But even without the bunker, as long as GT Justin retreats and continues making stuff, I don't really think Pajuli can break these tanks.
He's gonna try. He's target firing the tank and then sieging up. But the Marines, they need to be loaded up and dropped on top of the tanks.
Yeah, right now these tanks have no air support or anti-air support, so...
He's got a Raven. There we go. Auto turret deployed.
Nice. That's some pretty good anti-air. He's
like
got to use these Marines to buffer.
Oh, he got it. He got the tank, but there's another one. I don't think sacrificing 2 tanks to kill one was very good. There's another tank coming, but that's just it. 4 tanks against 2 bases.
Yeah, so Patch has gotten his natural up during this attack, but at this point he's so far behind in SCV count because he hasn't had that expo. I'd say that's kind of a last-ditch effort.
So the tank was actually in range with the auto turret, so now he could definitely drop some Marines onto those tanks. Does he realize? Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Like he's moving in to make sure the medevac's safe, and that's it. I think he's trying to micro. A bunch of SCVs are pulled.
I'm not quite sure. He dropped a couple Marines and then stopped. I'm not sure what was the point of that.
So unfortunately, he puts this tank into range of the other. Oh god, some more Marines are dropped.
Yeah, those Marines dropped on the tanks completely are hurting this siege tank count. I'd say it wouldn't be hard for GT Justin to break this contain right now.
The longer
That's
he waits,
what he's doing with all these medevacs dropping right in the middle of the tanks. That's not really where you want to drop the Marines. Getting them all killed by the tanks.
Dropping at if the tanks made the triangle, those Marines would drop right in the middle of that triangle.
Yeah, you want to drop on a tank so the splash damage will hurt the tank as well. And it can't shoot at you at the same time.
He's still in good shape, he has a worker advantage. And all he has to do is just drop on top of him again.
He's finally starting stim, so it's a pretty late stim, but if he can get that out eventually, that'll be also helpful.
Jimmy, that's my cat again, it's not yours. 1 sec.
Oh, it looks like my co-caster is having cat troubles. In the meantime, sending more tanks to die, trading a tank for a tank really isn't very helpful for Patchouli right now. Is your cat all right?
Yeah, I got rid of her. Out the window.
Oh, of course.
I hear they can survive that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it depends on how high you live. Do you live in a tall apartment building?
I'm in an airplane, actually.
Oh. It's awfully quiet for being on an airplane for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those new types of airplanes that are quiet. So, catching his tanks unsieged.
Yeah, unsieged tanks. All these Marines are going to kill the tanks. There's not really any meat to Patchouli's army right now. And looks like Justin's going to move in with his Marines and take everything.
Why not?
Oh.
They automatically spread. So.
I wasn't paying any attention to anything. And there's a bunch of stuff happening in Patchouli's natural.
Oh yeah, the natural almost died.
Sorry about that. Horrible observing.
It's okay. It must have happened while I was tending to my cat.
Well, GT Justin 140 supply to 36. I'd say it's looking pretty good for GT Justin right now.
Yeah, he's starting to press his advantage. Good old Marine, Medevac, Viking, couple tanks. One that's almost dead.
And there is this tank on the high ground, so if GT Justin holds positions, all of his units right here, then they could all be taken out by that tank.
So the third CC is being used as a wall.
Yeah, the wall so that the Marines can shoot at it. You know, you don't want to have to go further into your base to kill a CC.
Oh, he's gonna load up. Oh, this is gonna be devastating.
He's dropping on the tanks, probably gonna take them all out. And there's nothing left for Patchouli and GG. So GT Justin takes it for INTJ Masterminds, bringing the score to 3-2 for INTJ Masterminds over Winkies Stinkies. Well played by both people, and good defense by GT Justin, holding off that one base all in.
Yeah, it was actually. I think he could have done it if he just planned it out a little better, because he just sort of stopped outside the base, made a line, and that allowed GT Justin to macro up and get a force that can crush it.
All right, well, thank you, my co-caster Dipwood. I think that'll be all for our cast. And good job, everyone. Congratulations to INTJ Masterminds.
Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, if he just won the game, he could have won. Honestly.
Yeah, that's
this point.
all you can really say.
At this point, if he just won the game at this point, then at this point it could have been done. At this point. Jimmy, doing a little BM here.
Jimmy, BM in INTJ Masterminds because they're a pretty bad team, but to be honest, Winkies Stinkies is even worse. So somebody had to win, you know?
Oh, both these teams are. Wait a minute. Yeah, both these teams had walkovers, so I wouldn't call any of them good. I mean,
Yeah.
how can you not even like have a player to field?
Yeah, but really good job by Air and Chalk for being present. Uh, Same thing with Lim. You know, showing up is 90%.
What happens if both players don't show up? Do they both get forfeits?
Uh, I think both teams just lose. They should just lose.
Oh man. So I guess Epic Thread is casting the last one sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, you should be casting. Have you been in contact with Epic about that?
No, not really. I'm just asking like when are you doing the last match? Because he wanted to practice with me for his game as well. So I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, well, so the final match should be being casted by Epic Thread sometime eventually. I don't know.
At some point, yeah.
Maybe he'll do it on his stream, tell nobody, and then nobody will watch it. That would be kind of the best possible situation.
Yeah, I mean it's best avoided. You're not missing much. I'd rather eat ice cream.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to stop the stream here. Thank you, Dipwood.
Yep.